on the rundown. We're smack dab in the middle of a Rihanna song as she performs during the Super Bowl halftime to mixed reviews and graces the March cover of British Vogue. Plus, fans debate if Usher, yes, the Usher Raymond the Fourth, if he has enough pop hits to pull off performing at the Super Bowl. And speaking of Clueless, Tom Brady says Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction was good for the NFL. Plus, we have news on Scream 6, Wendy Williams, how you doing, Chris Brown, and more on The Rundown with your host, Chris Avalon.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hey, it's your boy Chris Avalon, and welcome to The Rundown, the sassiest and messiest talk show currently on the internet. Now, for those of you who've just been tuning in for the first time, Rundown is a show where I break down the juiciest headlines in entertainment and pop culture. So, grab yourselves a drink, a snack, or whatever is going to keep you guys feeling nice and cozy and warm because it's a little chilly outside, depending on where you're at. Maybe it's warm in certain places as well. Let's get into this gig. Now, before we get into this week's tea, please don't forget to smash that like button down below and subscribe to help with the algorithms and stuff, because you know, the YouTube love to play in my damn face in regards to the whole algorithm situations and other stuff. Also, if you're watching over on, because you know, a lot of these videos on TikTok, definitely like and subscribe as well, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 over on my TikTok, so that way I can go live over there as well, because that's where the party is at and things is booming. So I definitely want to start live streaming over there. So yeah, so we got a lot of tea to get to today. We're going to break down all the tea regarding the Super Bowl. I'm going to give my opinions on that. Definitely going to talk about Usher and this whole thing with people saying that he don't have enough hits to pull off a Super Bowl. Clearly, I don't know what crack y'all smoking, but bitch, Usher is definitely that person that we definitely should be actually doing the Super Bowl. Plus, we got a lot of stuff on what else we gonna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about Tom Brady, 20 years too damn late, talking about the, you know, Nipplegate and Janet and that whole situation, because he was playing the, you know, the year that happened. His team was playing, so he's finally giving his opinion. I guess now that he retired, now all of a sudden he got an opinion. But it, you know, that CTE must have got to his brain, because the shit he had to say, you just sounded so out of touch. Plus, we got some tea on Bruce Willis. Ryan Seacrest is leaving live with Kelly. That bitch can't keep a goddamn man and save her life. Wendy Williams, we got some tea on her. We got this whole drama going on with Chris Brown. Apparently, he's in the news. Anytime somebody apparently collaborates with him, it's a damn problem. And now he's clapping back. We're gonna get into that whole situation because it was a mess. Plus, we got some tea on Kim Zolciak-Biermann. Her Georgia mansion is up for auction again. And I did add a little something at the bottom. That's why we started a little late today, because there was an interview that Todrick did with Hope Giselle that I kind of want to talk about as well. So, and give my opinions on that. So definitely tune in for the full, you know, show, because we got a lot of tea to spill. A lot of juicy tea, you know. I'm unfiltered with this mouth, so if you want to hear the juice, just keep watching. But for those of you, you know, love you all. Oh wait, let me because you know, I always remember that we need to be doing this before the show, but I be forgetting. Gotta move into the square, because you know I gotta be one with everything. Okay, everything is good. Okay, so let's get into this this thing with, before we get into the Rihanna, so I almost forgot. We got to talk about Scream. So Scream 6 is coming out, I believe, on the 10th of March. That's about, what, 3 weeks away? So one of the things I wanted to talk about that kind of irked my spirit, it was that I was on my way home from work. I think I was on my way to get some Chinese food or something, but the damn Chinese store was too damn packed. I was like, I ain't going in there. I'm just go home. So I got a message basically letting me know, this is where I wanted to kill Robert, because I love you, but I wanted to kill you. Oh, and look who's in the building. I wanted to kill you. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he sends me a whole thing tagging me into this whole thing about Scream 6. Now, I already didn't know that the whole situation leaked because some idiot decided to go on social media and reveal parts of the film where it was revealed who the killer is in the film. Well, killers, because there's multiple. There's always multiple killers in the damn movie. Except part 3, the one killer that was turned out to be Sydney's brother, played by old boy from Felicity. And it was in other shows he was on. But yeah. So he tagged me in the situation, give me a whole citation of what I was like, I've been trying to avoid walking on minefields, avoiding the sub, but shit happens. It is what it is. I actually forgot who the killers are, but I do remember one particular person. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all because I care. But my thing was, okay, so I had this whole plan. I was like, you know what? The reason why I always go opening weekend to see Scream is because I need to be ahead of the fucking assholes that be all over social media that want to sit and spoil everything because I don't know why. I think maybe y'all needed hugs as a kid. Ooh, hey background. I don't know if y'all didn't get enough hugs as a kid. Your mommy didn't tell you she loved you enough. You don't have no friends. But there's just a specific type of person that gets pleasure out of revealing and spoiling shit about films before the movie comes out. Like, what do you think that does to you? Is that going to get you likes or follows and this, that, and the third for us to know, or for you to spill something about a film that a lot of these people who make these movies, they work so hard to try to keep things tight-lipped so that way when we go into these films that we enjoy, but social media wasn't what it was when Scream 2 came out, and that was like, what, almost 25 years ago? So when we go to these movies, we do what we can because we don't want something to come out. And I understand with Scream 2, the script leaked. They had to make some quick changes. They actually rushed that damn movie, but still it was a good film. But the thing is I don't get the pleasure of people get out of revealing too much of this stuff. So now a lot of times the directors and the writers, the whole team, they have to do fake outs where it's like, we got to shoot multiple scenes to fake out the audience. We got to do misdirects because now you're at a point where there's a lot of YouTubers who sit and freeze frame every aspect of the goddamn trailers and try to break down little things up in there. I know a lot of the YouTubers that do that, and hooray for you, you get your little coin doing it. However, y'all just be doing too much of the Easter, and I hope that a lot of the stuff that we've seen in the trailers turn out to be fake outs in a lot of situations. Because when, 9 times out of 10, we see movies anyway, that they'll try to avoid, they'll do like little things where the scene that you see in the trailer is not what you see in the movie because they had to do reshoots, certain scenes don't work, this, that, and the third. It happens. But when it comes to Scream, it's like a lot of they do the whole, we have to put the book, the scripts in special little situations with watermarks and this, and so they have to go through a whole cloak and dagger type situation just to make sure that people don't find out the film. So it's like, that's why I go opening weekend. Like literally, I got my ticket opening night Thursday. 7:00 show. I wasn't doing the 5:00 because that was the one where they were trying to do the 3D, and I hate 3D. Working at a movie theater for 4 years, AMC, shout out to y'all. I hated 3D. I didn't get the point of 3D. 3D is very much a gimmick. I don't understand the point. Like when the shit all up in your, make my eyes hurt. So I'm not a big 3D person, but I'm gonna go see it in the regular D, 2D, the regular D. We know what regular D is, child. But anyway, so so basically that's why I want to go, because it's like, one of the things I love about Scream is that I get to go in and really experience the film for the first time, and I get to play, detective, where I could be like certain little things that they say or certain little isms, and I'm like, he might be the killer, or they might be the killer, or they're both the killer. So I like that whole idea of like trying to play whodunit when you watch a lot of those films. And when y'all go off on social media, be like, oh, well, I know who the killer is, so I'm going to spoil it 3 weeks before the movie comes out. First of all, you're fucking with a situation that these people who make these films, they work so hard to put these films together. And for you to ruin that and then ruin it for the fans who really want to go in and experience this for the first time without spoilers, it's messed up. And I hate the fact that y'all do that. And It's unfortunate. So Robert says radio silence is pissed since they tried. I heard Paramount is now suing Russian Paramount because it was being dubbed for their language. I mean, you could do dubs and this, that, and the other, but because that's what they do when you release movies, there are countries that have to dub the films in their language so that way they get sent out to all these other locations. But the person that decided to take it upon themselves to leak footage from these other places, why? Because that asshole Putin got a problem with us in our government. That's who did it. Did Putin leak it? Anyway, so when they go off and they do this, so look, if they go and sue, I say sue, because how you going to allow something like this to get out? Especially when, you know, the actors are sworn to secrecy. There's so many things that goes into that. So it's unfortunate that this has to happen. I'm really looking forward to seeing Scream 6. I'm still going to see it regardless. I want to experience this film. Like, I don't know a lot of what's happening because I've been avoiding a lot of the like. There's been little TV spots popping up all over the place. I don't sit and watch them. I watched that final trailer that they released a couple of weeks ago, and that was it for me. A lot of times, I tend to be like, I want to go. I don't want to know too much. I still don't know what the plot of the film is about. I just know that they in New York, shot in Canada, by the way. It wasn't shot in New York, because it'd be expensive to shoot a horror movie here, I guess. But I'm all for the whole New York setting. New York's got a lot of scenarios that you could really put somebody in to do a horror movie. And I always wonder why nobody ever really did a horror movie here. But I can't say never, because there's a lot of really good horror movies that have taken place in New York that I absolutely love, that are my favorites. Maniac Cop 1 and 2, my favorites. Definitely check those out. It's funny, I'm going to go into a whole another one. Maniac with Joe Spinell, another one of my all-time favorite horror movies shot in New York. The scene that gets me is the sequence when he's chasing the nurse through the subway, and she goes and she's trying to get away from the killer, this, that, and the third. She's hiding in the bathroom, and then she thinks he left, and then the killer gets. So that's an iconic scene. So if y'all never see the original Maniac, definitely check it out. I think it's on Shudder if y'all have it. But there's been a lot of great movies that we don't even count Jason Takes Manhattan. So what I'm hoping is Scream does for New York what Jason Takes Manhattan tried to do and failed, because they spent more time on that fucking ship and only spent like 5 minutes in New York than most of it was. The only scene I know they did in New York was what, the Times Square scene where he kicks the guy's radio. That was your little stint in New York. Everything else I believe was shot in Canada. But Jason Manhattan was the worst. I hated that fucking movie. I love the fact that Kelly Hu was in, even though he killed her. But that was a horrible ass movie, and that was not a representation of New York. That scene where, you know, like I said, when he kicks the radio, that was just like the only movie in New York. So I love the fact that even though Scream 6 didn't technically film here, that it's got that essence of New York. And so for people to sit and say, and I can't wait to see this movie, because I'm definitely going to do a spoiler review and break it on down and be like, even though they just shoot here, how accurate in regards to the scenarios is that going to happen? And you know what I also love, because I've seen like there's this poster where they have like the billboard in New York of all the little things. There's one sequence that I was like, oh, so they are going to do that. So they're like, you know, the Halloween sequence where they're all on the train and stuff. I believe they're either going to or coming from the Halloween parade. And I'm like, that's a perfect place to do a whole horror movie scenario. We have a Halloween parade every Halloween in New York. I used to go to it back in the day when I was younger. I still am upset over the fact that there was this. I went with my cousin and her girlfriend at the time, and her friend who was dressed in drag actually used my Dracula cape that I spent a shit ton of money on when I bought it on West 8th Street over there by Patricia Field, because I used to shop in that area back in the day. A lot of those stores are gone, by the way. But they used to have a lot of really nice, expensive fashions down there that I used to spend a shit ton of money on. But I bought this real fierce Dracula cape. I still have it. I don't know where it is. It might be in my parents' house or whatever. This bitch was dragging all over the ground. I ain't thinking much of it, but I'm like, I should have had that heifer dry clean that shit. But overall, I'm like, oh, they're gonna go a little nostalgic with that. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So overall, that was my little rant. I'm upset over the fact with this whole Scream thing. But look, at the end of the day, people did what they did with Scream, where y'all want to spoil shit, but guess what? According to reports, because I have it here on my monitor, let me read it. Scream 3, not Scream 3, Scream 6 is set to open at 37 million on the, for the weekend box office. And this is the pre-ticket sales. So, and I got mine immediately. Like, I literally spent, I don't even know if I mentioned this on the show, but I mentioned some other people. I spent 2 hours trying to get a ticket because the morning that they were released, I was at work. The signal at my job is horrible. So I'm literally like trying to get this ticket. The website wasn't coming up. It was talking about there was glitches and third. AMC was working by root canal. I'm about to go to Regal now because first of all, y'all trying to charge people still with them damn, depending on where you want to sit. That's bullshit. Number one. I don't like that. So I'm probably gonna have to start going to other theaters because y'all playing in our face in regards to the ticket thing. But Scream is set to open at $37 million, so I'm excited about that. And that's the biggest number since Scream 3 opened to $34 million, and I believe Scream 5 opened to $30 million. So people like Scream 5. And then plus on top of that, Jenna Ortega is like a big star now. She is basically this generation's Jamie Lee Curtis. And when I say that, that means she is Gen Z's Scream Queen because, she was in Scream 5, then she did X, then she did Wednesday, but I believe Wednesday is what really catapulted her. And then after Wednesday, it's like, oh, wait, that's the girl that was in Scream 5. Like, people didn't recognize that with Jenna Ortega. But the funny thing was, when I looked at Jenna Ortega, I said, wait a minute, she's the bigger star than Melissa Barrera. Like, to me, she was more or less the Sidney Prescott of the new Sidney Prescott of the franchise than Melissa Barrera. I wasn't seeing it for her in this franchise. Y'all was trying to make her a thing, but Jenna Ortega was out acting her in that damn film. I was like, y'all need to kind of give her more screen time. You need to push her to the forefront and make her the Scream Queen. And her acting has proven that she is the it girl. And she's about to be on Saturday Night Live as the host, I believe, around the time Scream 6 comes out. So her star is definitely on the rise. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this movie. And yeah. So Scream. Even though y'all want to sit up in here, you bastard so-called trolls, y'all want to sit up here and fuck shit up and ruin, you could ruin an orgasm if you let them. I'm still gonna see the movie and pretend I'm surprised who the killer is. Because I only remember one particular person. I don't want to reveal the twist. I don't want to reveal which character is in relation to a prior character in the franchise. Everybody's still out here with this stupid narrative that Stu Macher is still alive. That motherfucker had a whole fat back TV thrown on his face. Who's surviving that? Nobody. Get over it. Move on. That character is deceased. Y'all still trying to make that motherfucker be alive. A lot of you pundits pushing that narrative. Still's alive. He's not. Unless he comes back as a ghost like Billy Loomis did in the last movie, since Billy Loomis' daughter is in the damn movie. Because he was having babies out of him. He got some girl pregnant while he was dating Sidney Prescott. She wasn't giving him any. Because face it, she's no Sharon Stone. Anyway, hey Cass. And I love me some Gail. I was like, if they kill her off, I'm going to be tight. Because, I was already mad that they killed off Dewey Riley. But I already heard, apparently, she, this is high. I'm not going to reveal nothing. I'm going to be quiet. Because I said I don't want to ruin nothing for nobody. Because I care. So do best to avoid the spoilers. Don't look at when you see Scream 6 trending, don't look at it. Avoid a lot of those, go on the trusted websites, the ones that won't ruin it, that are fans that won't ruin it for you. I refuse to go on those YouTube, Facebook, whatever groups. Well, not even YouTube. Avoid Reddit, especially. Reddit is the devil. And, just avoid all those little, those Scream groups. Because, they stay ruining shit in there. Anyway, let's move on. So, yeah. Let's talk about Rihanna. So Rihanna, who we, okay. So I'll start this off by saying I did not watch the Super Bowl and I did not watch the halftime because I don't have live TV on my, I just pay for internet. I watch a lot of streaming. Oh, can you turn me down a little bit? The music is a little loud in my ear. Thank you. Anyway, one of the things I don't is like I watched the halftime the next day. I was looking for it. I kept refreshing my YouTube because they quick to put the episode, the video up there on YouTube, but they didn't air it. They didn't put it up until I think they wanted to make sure that it was shown on the West Coast. Because I don't know, do they show the Super Bowl and do they show certain things simultaneously, or is it that East Coast gets things at a certain time and then you have to wait until 6 p.m. West Coast to get, the same thing that we're already seeing. So you're not able to see what we see. I'm always confused by that. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, so I didn't actually see the Rihanna Super Bowl performance until the next day. So I didn't see it Sunday. I watched it Monday. But I saw all the memes. I saw the stuff that was online and people speculating if she pregnant. Because it was like, and because I saw the picture, like, is Rihanna pregnant? Because she had a belly. And I've noticed something. These, what do they call it? Those molded bodices. I'm starting to notice that it's becoming a trend. Where it's like, it looks like they take a mold of your body, like your breast or something, and then they make a top out of it. Because she had one on in red. And I noticed, oh, yay. And I noticed that there was a couple of people that were wearing those molded bodice, those molded boob pieces at award shows. Because Ellie Goulding wore one. There was a couple of celebrities that wore one. So I'm thinking that must be a trend happening. But anyway, so a lot of people were speculating that she was pregnant. Her rep actually admitted that she is pregnant with baby number 2. And the one thing, instead of people saying congratulations, they were, oh, so that means we not get another album. That's what y'all thinking about? Selfish asses. So anyway, I watched the performance where she basically performed the medley of her hits. Where Have You Been? Only Girl in the World, We Found Love, Rude Boy, Work, Wild Thoughts, Pour It Up, and more. I will say this. The fashions were giving. I live for the look. I thought Rihanna looked great. She was glowing. But a lot of people were talking about that she was given the bare minimum when she performs. She's always kind of giving y'all the bare minimum. That's not new. So where have y'all been? Like, Rihanna's always kind of giving where she'll get up there and she'll be cute. She'll strike a couple of poses. She'll give you attitude. And that's that. Rihanna's never been like, and I hate when people do this, but when Beyonce, she ain't Beyonce. So stop always trying to compare Rihanna to Beyonce. Stop trying to compare everybody to Beyonce. First of all, Beyonce ain't even human. The way she be treating, the way she be acting. Beyonce is Beyonce, Rihanna's Rihanna. Beyonce has to be Mary Poppins, perfect in every way. She can't mess up. She can't step out of line. She don't give an opinion about nothing. She just gets up there, be's a showgirl, shakes her hips, whips her wig back and forth, throws the fists up, got with black power, and moves on. Rihanna's gonna get up there and give you attitude. She gonna snarl. She gonna, yeah, bitch, better have my money. She gonna get up there and she gonna give you whatever. But I will say this. Me, I thought it was fierce that she got up on that little, the floating platform, which I thought was cute. It was different. She was up there strapped in, giving them songs. The choreography was in sync. It was synchronized. It was on point. People was criticizing the fact that she was lip syncing. She didn't lip sync the whole damn show. She had a backing track that was loud. They usually do that. They have a backing track that the artists sing to before. And people need to realize that the whole Super Bowl situation, the way the stadium is set up and the audio and all other stuff, you can't be up in there and doing like the typical tour, whatever. And especially if you're traveling to a lot of places, it takes a toll on your vocals. And then people are trying to compare, Broadway singer. Rihanna ain't a Broadway singer. She's a pop star with her own distinct, unique vocal ability. When you hear Rihanna's voice, you know it's Rihanna. And I'm tired of people, this is a little sidebar situation because people always say, oh, she sound better. Yeah, technically she did sound better than she did before. Maybe she's taking her singing seriously now. So when you listen to, I'm tired of people comparing the level of what y'all think is a singer is a Jasmine Sullivan, an Adele, a Whitney Houston. It's like, yeah, they're singers, but Rihanna is a performer. She's a pop star. There are different categories where we put musicians in. Stop always trying to think that the peak of, or what we define as singing or being a singer is a Whitney Houston. Yeah, they're singing, but they don't move around the stage. They're just standing there giving you vocals. I get bored with that shit. Rihanna's a pop artist. She's giving you attitude. She's giving you personality. She's giving you all that stuff. And quiet as it's kept, Rihanna's never been somebody who's got up and gone full out choreography. And I'd be damned if I have a fucking miscarriage for y'all entertainment. I'm not dropping that kitty down low for y'all. What if I got a weak cervix? Like, you don't necessarily know what's going on with a woman's body. And plus, she's what, 34 years old? So she's already at that peak where it's like, you got to start being a little careful when it comes to, you know, your body and having babies and stuff. So Rihanna did what she did to the best of her ability. At least she got up there and she performed. She gave y'all a little something. She shook a little, took us a little bit. She dropped it down as low as she could. And she performed. I don't give a fuck if she lip synced. Because apparently Howard Stern was all upset. Talking about calling her out for lip syncing. Sir, I need you to just stick what you're doing. You stick over there with your little show and you keep that little token Negro Robin on her fucking cackling. Because she laugh at every damn thing you say. Then we had Bethany bony ass, I need a sandwich Frankel. Decided to jump in and slam Rihanna's performance. Somebody, oh, I see her perform, and she was like, she was okay. She gave the bare minimum. When I seen Pink does, oh, bitch, I know we're not comparing Rihanna to Pink. Pink is in a class by herself. We're not gonna go there. Yeah, Pink will get up there and give you full on Cirque du Soleil while she's slaying vocals. They are two different people. Stop comparing artists against artists, especially when you don't even do what they do. You made a whole career out of running your goddamn mouth and giving your opinion thanks to Andy Cohen and Bravo. And got lucky with that skinny girl line that you got. And giving your opinion about stuff. So, girl, you and Howard need to go sit in the corner somewhere. Then people was getting on Rihanna for calling her son. I know I'm getting all Rihanna stuff out. Then Rihanna comes under fire because she called her son. Oh, because we got the Rolling Stone article that she recently did. You know, she got up there and patted the puss and she did what she did and it was cute, right? So I also want to talk about, before we get to that other thing as well. So Rolling Stone, child, first of all, Rolling Stone, y'all are tied through and delayed. Y'all been getting dragged. Because I got to get to this Rihanna clip. You heard skinny girl, baby. Be in a sale. What you mean, that she losing money or she trying to sell it? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know one person that drinks Skinny Girl. I don't. Not one person, but I get it. The people I hang out with and the people I know, real people, ain't the demographic for a damn Bethany Frankel. That's, you know, Midtown Girls is who she's selling that shit to. The Central Park set. I don't even live not too far from Central Park. So I live in the area. No, Harlem is not that far from Central Park. But anyway, so yeah, we'll get to the clip a bit. But so Rolling Stone, because child, they did something I had to drag their ass, where they called her American Life album one of the worst albums of her career. I already dragged their ass, so y'all can go over to chrisavalon.com when this show is over. You can read that article. Because I had to go in and let have. I had to post all the tweets. The Madonna fans got their ass together. They've been coming out with a lot of stupid little lists lately. They did one with the best singers of all time or whatever. They got dragged over that. I believe that was earlier this year. Then they did this one where they was talking about the worst albums from, the best artists with the worst albums, and they chose America. I said, no, y'all just can't comprehend what American Life was about. Y'all wasn't ready for it, and still not. And y'all going based off sales and not the fact that what the album is about. I don't give a fuck about sales. All I care about is is there anything of interest that you have to say when you're being an artist? Does this album have something to say? If it doesn't have something to say, you just throwing some shit up on there and the production's bad, the lyrics is lazy, this, that, and the third, then I look at that as like being the worst album. Not, oh, well, it didn't do this well on Billboard. Fuck Billboard. Billboard ain't relevant, is irrelevant as well. It's about as relevant as Rolling Stone is with these stupid ass lists. So anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because they decided to do a list of top-ranked Super Bowl halftime performances, and Rihanna is on that list, where she's the third, the third greatest female Super Bowl halftime headliner. This is who they named. So number 10 was Lady Gaga. Number 9 was Madonna. Number 8 was Rihanna, which I'm calling bullshit on. There's no way in hell that Rihanna's halftime is better than Madonna and Lady Gaga. Number 7 is Bruce Springsteen. Number 6 is Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. Now that's bullshit too. Because can y'all name one song I love Shakira, but can y'all name one song that she's done that is memorable? She another one that came from the Latin explosion that sold out just so she could cross over into the Anglo market, her and Jennifer Lopez. But I guess that's how you get on Rolling Stone's list, when you cater to the white folks and pretend you for your own people. But anyway, number 5 is Aerosmith, Britney Spears, NSYNC, Nelly, and Mary J. Number 4 is Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, and Kendrick Lamar. Number 3 is Beyonce. Number 2 is U2, and number 1 is Beyonce. First of all, this is bullshit, because how you gonna ignore Michael Jackson? Why is Michael Jackson not on the list? First, let me give them an education, because they too damn stupid to do the fucking research. Especially when Madonna has been on their cover more than any other artist, so they tried it. It's probably because nobody wants to be nobody's paying attention to Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone's relevance is not worth anything. It's kind of like what they're about now doesn't hold much weight. It's the same thing when I look at like an Oscar or a Grammy. It's not worth the weight anymore. But we have people who continue to put validation into those things, but y'all don't mean anything. You're just irrelevant. That's why I have to just always laugh when they come up with these stupid little things. But anyway, so with the whole Rolling Stone, how you gonna not put Michael Jackson on here? Because I gotta give them a history lesson. So I don't know if you remember this, because y'all love all the razzle dazzle with the Super Bowl and stuff, but once upon a time it wasn't like that. Before the Super Bowl, they had a bunch of damn cheerleaders doing synchronized line dancing for the halftime. That's what y'all was getting. It wasn't until, I believe, 93 when In Living Color came and they was doing their own halftime over on their show, on their network, excuse me, and put a little countdown. So they're like, you know what? We're going to give y'all a little something to watch, where y'all got the sketches and the performances and all this other stuff. We're going to put a little countdown so that way when the Super Bowl's back on, y'all can go over and watch the Super Bowl. We're going to give you a little show. Super Bowl sort of see, it's always black people always having to put, things at the forefront. It's always. White people, y'all can never come up with nothing original. It's always black people start some shit. Y'all don't see something. Oh, you know what? Living Colors taking our audience from the Super Bowl during the long breaks that we got, and they're over here watching their stuff. So we need to find a reason to keep them over here to watch us and not jump around to other networks. So hence why they brought in Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson did the halftime. He was the first artist. But y'all not going to include him on y'all list? Y'all going to put Prince up there? Now, I live for Prince. And I live for the fact that he is very opinionated when it comes about this industry and the indiscretions and the way they treated him and the low down dirty dogs that they are. But anyway, in hell, Michael Jackson is going to not be the launching pad, the Super Bowl, and not be on y'all list. If not in the number 1, at least in your top 5. You tried it with that list. So anyway, before we get to the Rihanna photos and stuff, and we get to talking about this whole controversy surrounding what she said about her son, let's play this clip of Miss Riri, that production together. Roll the clip.
She ate that.
I just say I was living for that girl that was signing the whole performance. You know, the sign language people, y'all be going in and letting have with the performances. I live for y'all. If I was to ever do a record or a tour or something, I need a sign language person on the side so that way y'all can get some shine too. But I was living for that. But anyway, so yes, shout out to St. Hoax for that video. And yeah, so you know, there were parts of the song. Rihanna definitely was up there singing. There was parts where it was like, yeah, she was lip syncing, or she had pre-recorded vocals, which a lot of artists do when they during the rehearsals they do the vocal run through and all the other stuff, and they play it because in case something happens with the audio or this and the other, you have that backing track. And a lot of artists do that where they get help performing their songs live. That's the way it is in the music business, and people don't understand the tricks and how the music business works. Because I'd be damned if I'm going to fuck up my goddamn voice touring. So yeah, if I got an opportunity where this is going to help me with the background, it is what it is. So, and I also look at the fact that, you know what, this was also because people was like, oh, well, she didn't even get paid. So she gave y'all what, you know, y'all money's worth. I'm like, nobody gets paid to do the Super Bowl. It's always been free. They fly you in. They take care of you. They fund all the bells and whistles that you need, the set, the costume, all that stuff. All that is funded by the Super Bowl. I don't think it's Pepsi. I believe it's Live Nation now. That's really like the big Pepsi. I don't think it's a sponsor anymore. I could be wrong, but I believe that was live. It's Rock Nation. But so people need to just do their homework before they start running off with their mouth with stuff. And it's like nobody gets paid to do the Super Bowl. It's all about exposure. And the fact of the matter was, Rihanna was very smart because she used her businesswoman sense. She took those opportunities to promote her Fenty, you know, her makeup line, her clothing line, and the numbers went through the roof. Also, it also helped with the music because her music went through the roof. You know, it always happens with the Super Bowl. You perform, people go and they start to get your music from iTunes, you know, Apple Music, all that stuff, which is basically what I use, as Robert always says, Apple Music. I do not use Spotify. I have Spotify. The only time I use Spotify is if I'm listening to podcasts. Like if I'm listening to there's a Madonna podcast that I listen to. And then there's also Race Chasers with Willem and Alaska. So there's a couple of podcasts that I listen to over on Spotify. That's all I use it for. For the most part, music and everything, I go to Apple Music because I'm paying $11 damn for it. Might as well use it. So Rihanna is covering, you know, we in a Rihanna-sance right now. Yes, I coined that word. Thank you. She is on the March issue of British Vogue. And she touched on a couple of topics, including motherhood, her relationship with A$AP Rocky, why she agreed finally to headline the Super Bowl halftime show, and whether or not she's going to be releasing the music. She said she wanted to come out with a new album this year. But this was before she found out she was pregnant with her second child. So I don't think y'all getting a new album this year. Y'all might get it 2024. We're in 23. I don't remember. Child, it's February. I still think we're in 2022. Oh yeah, and y'all did see I did post on my Facebook page this photo which I thought was absolutely disgusting. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but I should have sent it to production. Hopefully I still have it. Where, the whole it was just this disgusting, toxic masculinity photo of the cover. I don't think I have it. Shit, I might have deleted it. But yeah, it was on my Facebook page, and it was just overall disgusting how they were just talking about how she's the breadwinner, and he's a weak male because he's with her, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, what are y'all even talking about? Like, it's just a matter of it's just the idea of people thinking that ASAP Rocky is a weaker person because he's with Rihanna. As I scroll down, I'm looking for the bitch because it's like I'm stalling, bitch. Oh yeah, I got it. So yeah, so they had like, and I'm gonna send it to them. I'm gonna send it. So yeah, they went and they just put this whole crap on her photo. You got mail. I sent it to production, so it's like I'm sure he'll slide it up in there while I'm yapping. Now let me go back to because I'm literally mirroring all of this on my monitor as we speak. But anyway, so yeah, so she talked about a lot of stuff. She talked about being a first-time mom, on how because she's the baby's 9 months old. Her experience of giving birth, or basically she was just talking about how she had brought in this, she went in, it was just her and ASAP, just 2 people, then you're coming out of the hospital, and now it's 3 of you, and it's just you, your man, and the baby, and you bringing this baby into the world, and it's like, what do I do? Like, there's no actual rule book on how to take care of a kid. And so just dealing with that, and then her postpartum, and this, that, and the third. But I love what she said about why she agreed to do the Super Bowl in support of Colin Kaepernick, because people try to drag her over the fact that, well, I thought you said you was gonna do it because Colin Kaepernick and the way they treated him, all them hoe tips with they fake outrage. And she said, for this Super Bowl, I was approached a few weeks before the announcement, and I kind of kept putting off my answer. There's still a lot of mending to be done in my eyes, but it's powerful to break those doors and have representation at such a high level and a consistent level. 2 Super Bowls back to back, referring to last year's headliners Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar, representing the urban community globally. It is powerful. It sends a really strong message. Of course, raising a young black man is one of the scariest responsibilities in life. You're like, what am I leaving my kids to? This is the planet they're going to be living on. She shakes her head. All those things really start to hit differently. I'm still curious to know, so what is the message, in my opinion, of black people sending in regards to performing at the Super Bowl? Because to me, I look at it as that, so are y'all gonna so if a black person decides to kneel, you're not gonna punish them? Are you gonna allow more, or not even allow, but are black entrepreneurs going to be allowed to buy teams and have a seat at the table? Those are the changes I want to see. Not necessarily, oh yeah, we get a bunch of black folks shucking and jiving at some Super Bowl, because that's expected. Just like the industry only expects black people to just be doing hip hop and fucking R&B. They don't want you doing rock and roll. They don't want you doing house music. They don't want you doing these other genres. You belong to hip hop and R&B. Erykah Badu did a whole thing talking about that on Tamron Hall this week. Shout out to her. That interview was everything, by the way. So when you see all these people who are just doing different types of music and get represented, you know who also was saying something about that too? Santi Gold. She did a really good interview where she did like what is it? What was it? The Tiny Desk performance. That was a really good one too. But you were talking about black people who do punk music. And it's like, I already knew about black people doing punk music, because I remember a million years ago, I did a Priceline.com commercial with William Shatner, and Lisa Loeb was there, and a whole bunch of other artists. And it was, damn, I forgot the name of the band. Was it The Far Side? It was somebody that He this drummer in a punk band. It was like, yeah, black people do punk music. Black people do rock music. That exists. But if you listen to the media, you'd think only hip hop and R&B was what black people did. Yes, there are black artists that play guitar, Tom Morello. They play drums. They play all that. It's on my website. And the baby's cute and everything. Which apparently people had a problem with her calling her son fine. We still don't know what the baby name is. But it was like, how you gonna call who calls their son fine? Rihanna at time, because she clapped back and she was like, his mother. And to me, when she said my baby's fine, I didn't have no problem with what she said. What is so bad about saying your baby's fine? There are people out there who say, oh, your son gonna grow he gonna grow up to be a fine young man. We've heard those phrases. Hey, production. So we've had those situations where it's just like, people say like, if you think your son is cute, your son is cute. Y'all out here saying stuff like, well, grown people should not be calling a baby fine, because now you're making it a sexual thing, and that's not even when my brain went. It's like, oh, your baby's adorable, your baby's cute. Well, you should say, stop telling people what they should say in regards to their children. Stop trying to tell people how to raise their kids. It is going to show these people that was complaining, y'all probably nobody ever said you was cute. So that's probably why you out here throwing shade at her. And I'm tired of people over trying to tell people what they should and shouldn't say about their own goddamn kids. Worry about your own kids if you got them. And for y'all to be out here making this shit sexual about her and her children, or her child, because she's about to have a children when the baby pop out, it'll be children. That's plural. But now it's singular. She got a child. She got the other baby in the oven. So for people to sit there and make that sexual, I'm looking at you funny, not Rihanna. I'm looking at y'all with the side eye like, okay. So am I looking at the future Chester molester, or are you out here diddling with somebody else's children? Because if y'all trying to take something and make it sexual, I'm starting to look at you funny. Like, okay, do we need to get you on the registration? You know, the sex offenders list? Do we need to get you a part of that? Because now I'm keeping my eye on you. For you to even try to go there. Everything ain't got to be sexual or making it about sex. So relax. But anyway, like I said, if y'all want to see that Rihanna interview in full from the British Vogue, y'all can go on my website and check it out. All right, so let's talk about Usher, because he's in the news too. Because a lot of people were asking, who do they think? And I even asked this on my Facebook page. I should have asked this. I should have made a poll of it too, of a list of people who y'all would like to see. And I wish I would have had the list. Like, I would have taken it and I would have written down what people said on my Facebook. But I was like, who would y'all like to see at the Super Bowl? Some people said they would like to see Janet come back. We'll get into that in a minute after this article. I personally would love to see, like, there was a bunch of people, but I'll say who I would love to see. I would love to see Pink perform. I think she is an amazing performer live. She's definitely about to do her first stadium tour. She's never done one. And she's been making music for 20-something years. But she came out like around, you know, the late 90s, early 2000s. So I would love to see her do a thing. She has enough songs. Like, she's got those songs that definitely will turn out an arena. And I believe people will definitely give her some of that love and recognition. So I would love to see Pink out there performing, you know, since this will be her first time doing an arena tour. I hope either next year they choose her. This is her 9th album. I love the new album that she's got out, Trust Fall. I was listening to it yesterday on my way home from, you know, I decided to, because I work on, I decided to walk home from work, and that's a long ass walk. But I've been doing it a couple times, and that's a good workout. That's like 2 miles. So anyway, I was listening to the album, but then it started raining and hailing. I was like, I gotta get my ass on this train. Then it got really cold out. I don't know, weather's been really funny in New York. But anyway, so I love Pink's new album. It's an amazing record. I would definitely love to see her perform at the Super Bowl halftime. Another person that I've always felt that I would love to see, some people say Chris Brown, and we got some tea on him later on the show. We got to talk about too. Where I think Chris Brown will be way too controversial to perform at the Super Bowl. They're not going to even choose him. Child, y'all had an issue with him performing at the American Music Awards and the BET Awards. So if they're not even going to have him there, what makes you think they're going to invite him to the Super Bowl? That's not happening. The Super Bowl is trying to avoid controversy. They've stepped it in enough times. They still haven't even gotten over the whole Justin Timberlake fiasco. Although they've forgiven Winston, but they still want to dangle shit over Janet's head and play with her legacy. We'll get into that story coming up too. But Usher, I would love to see perform at the Super Bowl. I think he's a great showman. He's a great live performer. He definitely has got what it takes to really put on a Super Bowl show. He's very captivating. He could dance his ass off. He's turning out at his residency in Vegas. But apparently there's some people that don't believe that he has what it takes or enough pop hits to pull off a Super Bowl halftime. So one person seemed to miss the message. They went on Twitter claiming that Usher Raymond IV, that he doesn't have the hits to be a compelling Super Bowl halftime act, and viewers had to drag her for her comments. But apparently her name was Ashley, so ASJ519. Here's what she said. I know y'all think Usher should perform the next SB, but I don't think he has enough pop/hip hop hits. And one person said, friend, I hear you and I see, but I don't think that he needs more pop hits. He has enough hits, period. Another person says, say what you're saying. So what you're saying is an R&B artist can't carry the halftime show, while you're also saying that you feel that Usher's music isn't widely known by white folks. That's what I'm hearing you say, another added. Which is true. Because I'm like, yeah, it's played in the clubs. DJ's Got Us Falling in Love is played in clubs. Oh My God or OMG is played in clubs. Usher at one point was working with David Guetta and doing all them dance hits, after the success of what Kelly Rowland was doing in the Black Eyed Peas. So Usher at one point was doing the dance stuff. So he's got those those crossover hits. He don't just have Let It Burn. And what about You Remind Me? Like, he's got so many great songs. You Don't Have to Call. Like, he's got a lot of bops with Jermaine Dupri, a lot of up-tempo songs. He's got a lot of tracks. So I don't understand where these people think, like, what do y'all think when you look at an Usher? You pigeonhole them in this little box. Usher has that crossover appeal. He does. Like, Usher was getting played more on MTV than he was on BET. So he's definitely that crossover guy. Usher is in the same class. Growing up, when I used to watch TRL, he had those bops right alongside the Destiny's Childs, when Beyonce went solo, the NSYNCs, the Britney Spears, the Backstreet Boys. Like, his stuff was getting played alongside those artists. So he's definitely got that crossover mainstream appeal. I don't know where this girl been. And I think a lot of times when some of the dumb shit these people say, age plays a huge factor. Another person wrote, some of y'all really don't need music opinions. One user pointed out that Usher's been around for a minute. Are you serious? His first album came out in like 95. So Usher's career spans almost 30 years, and he's only 44 years old. I believe like his what was it? He became famous around 15, 16. He's got 18 songs in the Billboard Hot 100, aka crossovers. I think he can fit those in 13 minutes. So, another one wrote, y'all are being intentionally obtuse, not R&B. Well, I think this is what the same girl. She said, y'all are being intentionally obtuse, not R&B, pop, crossover hits. He doesn't have enough pop hits for a 13-minute medley performance. It'll be okay. That's not a diss to Usher, the artist, because you don't think they would have considered him. Beyonce would be a better choice. Okay, ma'am, I need you to get on Beyonce's clit. Can y'all please get off her vagina for 5 minutes? Beyonce has done the Super Bowl enough times. She's headlined. And then how many times she's done the Super Bowl? Like twice, 3 times? A lady? Once, twice, 3 times a lady? Shout out to Lionel Richie. So we don't need no more Beyonce headline the damn Super Bowl. She's done it enough. Give somebody else a chance. Jesus. And what are you talking about pop hits? Pop only means popular. That is basically what pop means. Pop is short for popular. And Usher is popular. He is a popular performer, a popular artist. Therefore, he can do a Super Bowl. His songs are qualified, in my opinion, enough that you can do an arena type show. If the man gets up there and does Vegas and has done many a tour, where he'll get up there with a little headset, microphone, like Janet Jackson and Britney and them, and be up there dancing and moving around and got the full-on choreography and this, that, and the third. And basically, Justin Timberlake was nothing more than Usher and Whiteface. Quiet as is kept, but you ain't got his showmanship and them dance moves. You dance like you counting the choreography in your head. Whenever I watch Justin Timberlake, Justin be swearing he up there doing some real dancing. But I'm like, I could see you doing the 8 count in your head as you doing the moves. That's no shade. I'm just saying. But yeah, so ma'am, you don't know what the hell you talking about, child. Usher definitely has what it takes to be that type of artist. He could definitely headline a Super Bowl, and is definitely something that I would love to see in my lifetime. In the next 5 years. Him, like I said, him and Pink. Oh. Let me find out. I got support this stream. I got a barcode of everything. Oh, look at us moving on up and being a little more progressive. Come on, production. Anyway, let's move on so we could take this break soon, because I got 2 more topics, and then we're going to take a break. So, yeah, there's a lot of Super Bowl tea-chow. Oh. What was that? He said, that's not my code. Well, yeah, don't click on that then. I was like, ooh, who's trying to get coffee? It's a little early for that. Oh, no, 2 viewers scanned it. Bitch. I was like, oh. Well, can we get one so the viewers can scan it? Because I just got that. I was like, wait, the viewers scanned the damn code. Anyway, let's move on. So we still in a Super Bowl state of mind, so let's continue. And talk about, because we was talking about Janet and Justin Timberlake, but now Tom Brady is under fire because he made some tone-deaf comments on his Let's Go podcast regarding the infamous Janet Jackson Justin Timberlake Super Bowl halftime #Nipplegate fiasco that occurred damn near 2 decades ago. Amber talked today. So shout out to The Root for this story. Now, alongside Jim Gray and Larry Fitzgerald, Brady remarked that it was probably a good thing for the NFL. To be fair, he did lead the New England Patriots to a memorable win over the Carolina Panthers that year. However, the country couldn't stop talking about Timberlake exposing Janet's breast while performing a rendition of Rock Your Body during the halftime show, saying, I didn't see much. I'd much rather not see it when I'm playing. Brady remarked about Super Bowl halftime shows. Even I remember when we beat Carolina field, and that was when we had the wardrobe malfunction with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. The media was asking me about that. I couldn't even understand what they were telling me about. They said, did you see the halftime show? And I said, I didn't see anything. I was thinking about the game. Well, he didn't stop there. It took a while for us to figure out exactly what had gone on. I think in the end, it was probably a good thing for the NFL because everyone got to talk about it. And it was just more publicity and more publicity for halftime shows. Is any publicity bad publicity? That's what they say, so who knows? He also talked about Rihanna and said that she was great. She was a great performer, so on and so forth. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Mm-hmm. I also heard that the team that was playing during the recent Super Bowl were not allowed to watch Rihanna's performance. I actually think that's a good idea. You know what? Why don't they extend the halftime to 30 minutes? They should do that. Like, give them a little half-hour break. Let give the performers like a good 15, 20 minutes to get up there, perform, 10 minutes, take everything down, and then you get back to the game. Why don't y'all do that? That would be much better instead of having to do 12 or 13 minutes tops. But to get into this thing with Tom Brady, sir, you are just tone deaf. I don't know if it's the CTE done got to your brain or what, but it's the same fool talking about he didn't know what the hell a thirst trap was. Because y'all see that recent picture of him where he took a picture of himself in his underwear covering up his genitalia? Trying to be all modest. So, yeah. Oh, I think you made me one. I think was on the My Way album, by the way. But anyway, which I love that album and I love that song. And the video was a Clockwork Orange in the junkyard and all that stuff. But anyway, so I feel like Tom, you are very tone deaf with this thing because I know you're looking at it from a situation of, well, any publicity is good publicity. But not at the extent of a Black woman who was ostracized and damn near blacklisted. And we all know that misogyny, xenophobia, and racism played a huge factor in what happened with Janet Jackson. Now, do I believe that her breast was intentionally exposed or was it part of a thing? I do believe that there was supposed to be a moment where I believe that the breast was going to be exposed. I think it was supposed to be a lace thing that was supposed to show. He's supposed to rip something away because I remember when I watched was it a documentary or something or another that was on Hulu? I believe it's still there. I forgot the name of it. But there was a documentary they did on Hulu where they talked about the wardrobe malfunction, because that's what Justin called it at the time. And he seemed to be loving all the publicity because he was cackling and carrying and loving every minute of it until the backlash started. Then it's like, oh no, this may affect my career. Let me backtrack and throw you under the bus and save my career and go and kiss the ring of Les Moonves. And we already know the controversy surrounding that hustle. Sexually harassing women at CBS and all that mess. And now he went getting kicked out with his tail between his legs. But he played a huge role in damn near destroying Janet's career, refusing to play her music on radio because radio at that time was a big thing. You know, this was what, 2003 to around that time. So I don't know, it was around that time. I don't remember the exact year, but I think it was around 2003. But anyway, radio was real prominent in those days. People were still buying CDs. That was still the whole situation where it wasn't streaming and social media wasn't what it was and all that stuff. So they relied a lot on radio play and a lot of that stuff for people to get their music heard. And when you have CBS, which is owned by Viacom, and that whole situation, they control MTV, VH1, BET, all those networks that will play a Janet Jackson song. And then the radio, don't get me started on the radio side. There's always been complaints about the fact that you have certain conglomerates that own 100 damn radio stations and they control what comes in and out. So artists relied a lot on radio play and a lot of stuff in those days, and her career suffered. While Justin went and bent the knee, kissed the ass of the execs, apologized, and his career flourished. So if you think that is great publicity off the back of a Black woman whose career suffered because of a situation that happened, because y'all have an issue with a black titty, then I guess we just gonna have to agree with what Tom Brady said. But you sound like a damn fool. I think when it comes to pop culture and stuff, just don't speak. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Talk about football, which I know you had to officially retire from because, you're getting up there in age. I don't know why he decided to retire. Maybe he just realized it was worth losing the family and this, that, and the third. But Giselle was tired of his foolishness. But anyway, so good luck to Janet. She'll be fine. I already talked about the fact that the Grammys was supposed to do something with Janet, but they didn't figure out that, she was supposed to be honored at the Grammys. Was it last week? Last week or 2 weeks ago? I don't remember anymore. No, it was 2 weeks ago because this previous week was the Super Bowl. She was supposed to be honored at the Grammys and the third, but then they all of a sudden couldn't figure out, oh wait, we didn't fully apologize for what we did to your career in regards of what happened with the Super Bowl situation. We didn't apologize to you for how we treated you around that time. So she decided y'all couldn't figure it out. It goes by the wayside. So then Lil Wayne got the award. I don't know why, but that's what they gave it to. I talked about that on my TikTok, so y'all can watch that full video over there. But anyway, yeah, I'm over this shit, this topic. So before we go and take this break, I want to talk about Bruce Willis. So my heart goes out to him and his family. Last year he stepped away from acting because he was diagnosed with aphasia, which was like a form of dementia, I believe. He got made fun of a little bit because they were like, there was always stories going around that they had to put an earpiece in his ear because he couldn't remember his lines. That he would say like, it was equated with he was being lazy. That he couldn't remember, he wasn't trying to take the time to remember his line. He would just show up to these little, these real low budget movies that's all over Hulu now. And, he wasn't memorizing his lines in the second and the third. He wasn't putting in the work. Come to find out that he couldn't memorize his lines because he was forgetting. It was the disease eating away at his brain. It was this form of, dementia that was occurring that a lot of people didn't know about in his family, and he kept it a secret. So he was like, you know what? I'm just going to try to do all these movies, get a little quick $1 million check, do these little bit parts, make some quick money so that way I could have the support my family. He's got a lot of daughters. Shout out to Rumor Willis, and I believe Scout or Tallulah, one of them is actually pregnant. Both of them is pregnant. 2 of the 3 daughters is pregnant right now. And I believe Rumor Willis posted on her page something about the update on her father's condition. And actually, I met Bruce Willis a couple of years ago when I worked at the Big Apple Circus, where I was a head usher. He was in my section. There was a bit that was going on between some of the live host performers. They were doing a bit where they go out and they interact with the audience and stuff. And Bruce Willis was actually coming up the stairs to go to the concession area, and he was going to go get food because he was there with his recent wife and their daughter. And he was trying to leave, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, people walking back and forth. I was trying to keep the aisles, wherever, so they could do their jobs. Even though I found out later on, they were like, we'll just let people walk around, do whatever. And then we'll just kind of play it off with that, as actors do when you improv. But anyway, so Bruce was about to leave. I didn't even recognize it was him. So I was like, oh my God. So as a head usher, I'm telling one of the guys that, I was managing, Jose, I was like, tell this guy to wait. Like, just wait and let them do the thing. And then when the lights go down, so he can go and do whatever. So he was like, oh yeah, wait. So Bruce listened, sat down and waited. Then it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. Was that Bruce Willis? I didn't recognize him. And I was like, he looked, but then I didn't pay attention. But then I was like, okay, it's New York. A lot of celebrities do show up at the best. So I was like, oh my God, did you realize you told Bruce Willis to wait? And he turned all shades of red. It was hilarious. But the one thing I was mad about is the fact that once everybody found out about Bruce Willis was there, because I recognized him first, everybody got a damn picture with him except me. So I'm like, wait a minute, I saw that he was there, but I didn't get to take the picture. So, but he was real cool. He was a nice guy. That's not the first time I met him. The first time I met him was a couple of years ago when I was when I went to Live Free or Die Hard premiere at Radio City Music Hall. That was a fun time where he was on the red carpet and stuff. So, I got stories. I need to write a book. Production been trying to get me to write a damn novel for years about my run-ins with celebrities. I may do that one day, but I think I need a little more mileage. on this here situation before I tell all of my books. So anyway, let me read this thing and then we'll go take the break. So here's what the family posted, what Rumor posted on her Instagram about her father, saying, "Our family wanted to start by expressing our deepest gratitude for the incredible outpouring of love, support, and wonderful stories we have all received since sharing Bruce's original diagnosis. In the spirit of that, we wanted to give you an update about our beloved husband, father, and friend, since we now have a deeper understanding of what he is experiencing. Since we announced Bruce's diagnosis of aphasia in spring of 2022, Bruce's condition has progressed, and we now have a more specific diagnosis, which is called frontotemporal dementia, known as FTD. Unfortunately, challenges with communication are just one of symptom of the disease Bruce faces. While it is painful, it is a relief to finally have a clear diagnosis." So if you want to read their full statement and learn more about the disease, you could go to the link in her bio, which is, and she says, "In love and gratitude, ladies of Willis slash more." So, I am a huge fan of Bruce Willis. Moonlighting was before my time. I was a baby. I wasn't even aware of stuff when that happened. But Die Hard will always be one of my favorite movies of Bruce Willis. I always consider that a Christmas movie. He also appeared in other films that I love of his, like Pulp Fiction, 12 Monkeys, The Fifth Element, The Sixth Sense. Armageddon is a guilty pleasure. So yeah, and I also loved him in Unbreakable. Love that movie. So I didn't see Glass. I heard bad reviews about it, but I did love Unbreakable with him and Samuel L. Jackson, and Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is another favorite of mine. So shout out to Bruce Willis. We got a lot of great movies out of him over the years, and I feel bad that this is something that he's got to deal with. It's like just watching a loved one's brain just deteriorate by a disease, and there's nothing you could do about it, but just, I don't know. And I think the lifespan of someone who's going through this is what, 10 to 13 years. So it definitely hurts my heart that he's going through this. And, shout out to him and shout out to the family, the Willis Moore family and all that good stuff. So let's take this here break because we are hour 14 minutes into it. Child, Rihanna wore me out with all that tea was coming out about her. So when we come back, we're going to talk about Ryan Seacrest leaving Live with Kelly and Ryan. And we'll talk about who's replacing them. Wendy Williams, fans were concerned after recently seeing her appear at New York Fashion Week. We're going to talk about this whole drama around Chris Brown and Chloe. We got Kim Zolciak-Biermann tea and my thoughts on Todrick Hall's recent interview with Hope Giselle. So yeah, don't go away. We're going to take this little short break and we'll be right back with more of the rundown.
The video yesterday about me having a bidet, and ever since I've been getting all these sideways comments. People like, oh, hey Demetrius, why do you have a bidet? Why do you need your ass to be that clean? You know, those who clean expect guests. Are you expecting guests, Demetrius? Are you expecting guests in your ass? Precisely. I like weird alternative bitches who want to do weird alternative things to me. And when they go into my bathroom and they see that bidet, they feel a little bit more comfortable getting a little bit nastier. So kindly hop off my nuts. It's wild how y'all's homophobia takes place in the form of being anti-washing your ass. You stink booty bitches better leave me alone.
Mia is so cute. That bag is so cute. Offset designer. Anyway, oh, look at my body. Look at my body. We was taking pictures in the booth, but look at my body. It's giving everything. It's giving something that you ain't, bitch. Damn, I look good. Oh, the pictures were cute. They were all cute. I'm going to post them. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm fucking him.
One thing about me, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna give 110%. I'm gonna complain the entire time, but you ain't gotta worry about me. I also might be late.
And we are back. All I gotta say is, ciao. If y'all ever have an opportunity to not get Spectrum, don't get it. They are the worst damn, cable service, because my internet has been acting a whole fool through this whole situation. So if it's a little messy, forgive me. Perdóname. Anyway, welcome back to the show. I had to laugh when he was playing that clip about the guy that was talking about people, with the bidet. So what? See, here's the thing. The fact that y'all think washing y'all, and I'm tired of having this conversation. The fact that y'all think it's gay to clean your ass, y'all some nasty motherfuckers. Because first of all, if y'all walking around with swamp ass, mud butt, smelling like sewage, skid marks all up in your goddamn drawers, don't be around me. I'd rather have a full clean ass than somebody that smell like shit run over twice. Or a baby's rotten ass pamper that y'all didn't throw out in 3 days. Anybody try to smell y'all funky booty smelling ass bitches? Y'all think that shit is cute? Wait, take this Chris Avalon thing out at the bottom because it's not matching the purple and everything at the top. I'm all color. I'm all about color coordination. This is not matching with the situation. I'm being a little inattentive with the coordinate. As John Witherspoon said, you got to coordinate. Anyway, welcome back to the show because we're already almost an hour and a half in the tea, and I want to be on time with this, but we run over a little. It is what it is. It's my damn show, child. So let's get into this Ryan Seacrest tea. So I know the girls gagged when earlier this week, media personality Ryan Seacrest, was 48, announced that come spring, he will be bidding adieu to live after almost 6 years of dealing with co-host Kelly. Oh, I did not, child, I gotta redo this spellation because I put Rios. I was like, who's Kelly Rios? Kelly Ripa's passive-aggressive shade towards him. Sometimes I be writing so damn fast, I don't be checking. Forgive me. Ryan's replacement will be Ripper's husband, Mark Consuelo. So now shout out to page 6 for this tea. Seacrest wrote the bittersweet news 15 minutes into Thursday's episode of the morning talk show. Seacrest 48 began co-hosting with Ripper 52 in 2017. The American Idol host called the All My Children alum his dream partner at the time. You mean back in 2017? Because I don't think he feels the same way in 2023. As for Ripper, she gushed, Ryan is a close friend, and his star shines as brightly off camera as it does on. His tremendous success is only matched by his impeccable reputation, she continued. Plainly said, everyone loves him, and so will our daily viewers. Ripper previously worked alongside Regis Philbin from 2001 to 2011, followed by Michael Strahan from 2012 to 2016. And don't forget, Michael Strahan couldn't stand her ass. And I think over the years, Ryan grew a disdain for her too, because I don't watch the show, but I hear the stories on how she emasculates him, and every time he tries to tell his little story, she always, well, I had the same, like, she always relates to every little thing. Like, she can't just hear a story and just go along with it. Let somebody tell AT. She had the same fucking experience. It's like, man, you ain't been around the world and like no damn Ryan Seacrest has. Let the man tell his stories. Let the man be in, do what he got to do and stop over trying to assert yourself. Like, she gave me Jason Lee tease. But quiet as it's kept, Jason Lee and her kind of got the same boyish figure. Although he do wear big clothes, like he's still in his mind like he fat. But anyway, but yeah, they like finding ways to assert themselves and everything. They ain't got nothing to do with them, because the recent thing with Remy Ma and everything, and they talking about her and her friendship with Cardi B in here. Had to ruin the moment by asserting y'all friends? Oh yeah, y'all we all in the same group chat together. Girl, we ain't asking about no goddamn group chat. We don't care. Just like Kelly, we don't care about the shit you talk about. I think she don't really have nothing to talk about. All she talks about is the damn children. Michael, Joaquin, and the daughter. And Mark, whenever he's been off doing stuff. His little roles and films and shows and stuff. But I think now that Riverdale's done, because CW done got rid of majority of their damn shows, she ran out of bids. Well, guess what? Her husband about to be her new co-host. I'm just glad they didn't pick Andy Cohen. Because bad enough, I can't take him over at Bravo. We don't need him 5 days a week in daytime. Let him stick over there with Radio Andy and them dealing with them Bravo celebrities. But my question is this: since she has a habit of running men off them shows, how long do you think her marriage to Mark is going to last? Because she probably going to drive him to drink. Because they worked together on All My Children. Child, that was before they got married, and that was also 20-something years ago when they worked together on All My Children. That's where they met. And then got married and had the kids and said the third, and then she left to do live, and he left to go do other stuff. So they've had their little, stuff going on, which makes the marriage work, because I could travel and I ain't got to be around your ass 24/7. Now y'all got to do the show together. So it'll be interesting to see how it all works out between her and Mark. Mark still look good. Like, that man look like he don't age. And Kelly looks good at her age too. She's in her 50s, but that attitude, girl, like, you look like she really, her energy and her attitude overall just seems like, she's just so happy to have a job, but she's bored with the job. The job is not challenging, but I'm just going to stay there because I'm an executive producer. I make a crap ton of money every year. I could basically go out to the Hamptons in the summertime. I would love that cushy job that I get to just do a show for an hour a day, running my mouth, which is what I'm doing now, and get paid good coin for it. And then in the summertime, I could just luxuriate out. And I wouldn't be going to no damn Hamptons, child. We go to the gay Hamptons, which is basically Fire Island. I go to my little house in Fire Island with all my little sexy, half-naked menses at the pool. Yeah, that's my little fantasy. And that's gonna happen too. I'm gonna have my little house out in out in Fire Island. I'm gonna have all the hot boys out there. yeah, I'm, you know, I was trying to recite the line from Madonna's American Life album. You know, I'm looking at the hotties and I'm checking out the bodies, and you know I'm satisfied. That's gonna be me in a couple of years. Man, my little share filing with all the cute boys and stuff. And then, you know, I do my little show. But child, you ain't gonna see me like Eddie Cohen. He like them twinks and the booger sugar. That ain't me. If y'all want to snort and do the booger sugar, you could do that in your own time. Me, I like my nose. Ain't no surgeries happening over here. May get a little Botox when the time comes. I always wonder what that would look like. I don't want my face to look like, you know, like I'm always surprised. I don't want to look like the crazy, like, oh my God, hello everybody, how you doing? Like, that ain't gonna be me, child. Just give me a little shot here and there. Like, I want to give you Joy Behar realness. $20 million, now how much she made? $20 million? $20 million? That was me channeling older Mae Brown. But that would be the key. $20 million a year, and I could just luxuriate and just get paid to run my mouth. But daytime is a dying breed anyway. Y'all heard that they canceling Judge Marilyn Millian on People's Court and Judge Mathis. So it'll be interesting to see how she works. So I know he's done guest appearances this, that, and the third, but it'll be interesting to see how Kelly and Mark work together on a show like live every week, every day out of the week, 5 days a week. Be interested to see how y'all do that. I don't know how, but good luck, Kelly and Mark, because you're going to need it. And what is Ryan Seacrest going to do? American Idol? Are people still watching that show? I don't know why they still got American Idol around. Like, I feel like the music industry is, it's not the same. Oh yeah, Wendy Williams got $10 million. Speaking of which, we're about to talk about her. So, they got the 3 kids. Michael is 25, Lola is 21, and Joaquin is 19. She got some good looking kids though. See, I could talk about Michael because he's of age. He's 25. He's like a year older than Lourdes. She got some good looking kids. But they all old enough. Joaquin 19. We're not going to do that. Oh, speaking of which, did y'all see Ricky Martin's twins? I think he posted a picture of Valentino. I'm not sure which one of them. And they're 14. Child, I gagged when I said, damn, them kids got big. His son got facial hair and a full-on beard and everything. I gagged when I saw that picture. He posted on his Instagram. I'm like, damn, where does the time? Because, in my brain, I still got Ricky Martin kids being little. Same thing with J-Lo kids. Her kids is big too. It's weird. It's like time flies, but his kids look like little men, which freaked me out a little bit because I'm like, damn, I'm old. And this is like what? When were them kids born? 2004, something or another. I don't remember. Don't ask me to do the math. With 14. Anyway, so let's move on. Let's move on to Wendy Williams. How you doing? So Wendy Williams recently made a rare appearance on Thursday night as she painted the town red for New York Fashion Week. Now, the former daytime TV queen, I have to say, she looked it good. With her little pink fur coat, holding on to, I don't know if it was security or if that was Will Selby, I think is the manager. I don't know. She keeps changing managers. But the recent manager, the one that was the jeweler, I know he was there with her. She was, trying to get into, a show for Fashion Week. I have the story here. Shout out to A Showbiz. But I have to say, she looked good. I love the baseball cap that she had on. The wig looked good. The wig was done. It was laid. It was blonde. It was cute. Well, Wendy only wear blonde wigs. So the wig was wigging. Wendy looked great. However, the fans felt a little concerned for her well-being after she appeared, for New York Fashion Week. Now, in a video shared by Shaolin.entertainment on Instagram, we have the video. We're going to show you in a second. The former Wendy Williams show host could be seen rocking a large pink fur coat, an all-black outfit, and a black-fitted New York Yankees cap. She was looking very New York. even though she was born in Ocean Township, New Jersey, but that's a whole nother story. She seemingly needed help maintaining her balance as she was walking slowly and using someone's arm for guidance. Yes, because that's the lymphedema and, you know, all the other stuff. So yes, she's always going to have issues walking. She already said she's not doing the wheelchair. You're not going to see her in a wheelchair. It is what it is. So I will hold on to you for dear life, and you're going to help me get in this place. So just as Wendy reached her destination, you know, you can hear fans cheering her on. She's 58, by the way. I'm like, yes, Wendy. And then some people like, how you doing? And I love saying that. Now, apparently, Wendy stepped out to attend Daniel's leather fashion show. Following the event, Nadeem Waheed with show saying, want to thank at the real Wendy Williams online for attending our fashion show, folded hands emoji. She made a star-studded affair even more epic. Glad to see her back in the limelight. Now, after the video circulated online, fans quickly expressed their concern for Wendy's health despite her making a rare public appearance outside, saying, she looks out of it. I miss her. Hope she's doing better. One person commented after the clip was reposted by the Neighborhood Talk. A second wrote, looks like some mental decline. She doesn't seem herself. Hope she is being well taken care of. Some fans even brought up Wendy's ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, in the recent ruling for a New Jersey judge, denying his emergency request for Wendy to resume paying him alimony. That video just called her ex-husband broke. Someone remarked, another quipped, oh, I know Kevin somewhere mad she got money to be out at Fashion Week. Now, prior to Wendy's New York Fashion Week sighting, it's reported that she's living a sad life after being abandoned by her friends and close ones following her rehab stint for extreme alcohol abuse last year. She checked herself after months-long illness and lost her eponymous talk show to Sherry Shepherd, which was greenlit for 2 more damn seasons. But for the most part, like I said, Wendy looked good. I'm going to show you this clip, and then we'll come back, and I'll give my opinion on the whole Wendy fiasco.
Yeah.
Keisha, where you at, Keisha?
Come on, Wendy. How you doing?
I hope, what's going on? Is that mic muted? I don't know what's going on. My computer is acting an entire fool tonight. I just think it's a signal. There's something going on. I don't know what the T is. I don't even see myself on screen. I don't hear anything. So if I'm live, we're back. Hey, hey. I don't know. on some models. That's all she has to do. She doesn't have to go up in the club and be drinking this and third. She has to work on her sobriety. Then after that, she can still work on her health. As far as the whole podcast thing goes, I don't know if I see that for Wendy because she doesn't seem like, she is all the way there. I feel like this disease is kicking her butt. She's not, mentally strong as an ox to be able to handle the mental capacity that it takes the mental to do a podcast. So Wendy, working on yourself. I'm rooting for you. I did hear this tea about that Sharina was trying to get back in Wendy's good graces because, they've been cut off financially. And allegedly, they're trying to say that she planned this whole situation in regards of what's going on with Kevin and the whole thing of not being able to pay him. And he can't afford the alimony and all that stuff. She cut him off with that because they working. And he was like, well, I can't pay my bills and this, that, and the other, because they thought they were just going to continue to live this lavish lifestyle of her money, and he mismanaged the coins because he thought that shit was going to keep coming in the way it was supposed to. Okay, I'm back. Child, I don't know what's going on. I don't even know how much what I said even made the damn live feed. But I'm over it. It's like, Spectrum, you can go fuck yourself. Like, y'all getting on my goddamn nerves. They are the worst damn service. But it's the messy part is when you live in Harlem, that is the only thing that is available. Like, there's no other internet service that's in the area that gives you quality. So I'm stuck with this shit. And they crazy with they overcharge with their damn prices because y'all not even worth the price of tea in China, child. So anyway, let me get back to the thing. So I'm gonna just overall wrap up this whole Wendy Williams thing because I don't know how much got through, so I'm gonna just repeat it what I can remember. So you know what? I'm here for Wendy. I really hope that she gets, the support that she needs. She seems to be working on herself. She looked great. Yeah, she needs help walking, whatever, because the lymphedema. She has trouble walking because of the swelling in her feet and this, that, and the third. But she has said a million times, you are not going to see her in a wheelchair. She is not going to be. Y'all not going to be wheeling her around like she Rolling Ray, getting no events. She's gonna be independent. I'm just gonna walk. It's gonna take me a minute to get up in there, but I'm gonna get up in there. And if I got to hold on to security or my management and all this other stuff to get up the way I need to go, so be it. When it comes to the fashion week, all she gotta do is sit front row and look at a bunch of damn clothes go up down the aisle with the mannequins. That's all she gotta do. She don't have to sit up in here and yap about celebrities and this, that, and the third. Now, as far as the situation goes with her her podcast. I'm trying to remember the word. Apparently I forgot. I would love to see her do a podcast, but I don't think that mentally she is there and capable enough to sit there and really give us, sharp-minded Wendy Williams when it comes to talking about the hot topics and the gossip and this, that, and the third. Wendy is somebody who I've looked up to and has been sort of a mentor, not sort of, is a mentor. She's someone I definitely look up to when I talk about pop culture and celebrity news and gossip and this, that, and third. But I come at it, I throw the shade and this, that, and the third, but I always try to come with let's look at all the sides and come to the conclusion. I got to throw in the jokes and the reads and this, that, and the third because it's what makes it entertaining. But for the most part, it's like, you know what? I'm here for her and all this other stuff, but I feel like I want her to get herself together. So I know her team is trying to push her out there to do this whole podcast thing. And it would be great to see Wendy come, be like the phoenix rising from the ashes. But if she is not at a state where mentally she get it, because you don't need legs and stuff to do a podcast. You just need a mouth and some topics and a microphone. Like with this show, I got a ring light, a camera, a microphone, and restream, and you could basically do a show. And there's ways there's so many platforms you could do a podcast. And then plus she could have the merch, she could get sponsors, she could do all that stuff because she's Wendy Williams. But if mentally she's not there to be able to do what needs to be done, then don't force her and push her into doing something if she is not 110% ready to be able to get out there and do the whole podcast thing. Because we can't get sharp as a Wendy Williams back when she was on the talk show and back in the radio days when she was on Hot 97, BLS, and so many other places, then I would like to remember Wendy as the way she was. And I don't want y'all pushing her out there like a show pony and embarrassing herself, because y'all good for that because y'all want to keep a check and you want to keep the money rolling in, or the gravy train for some of y'all that will still want to ride with her until the wheels fall off. We've seen so many horror stories regarding that with celebrities. So good luck to you, Wendy, and I'm here for you. So let's move on and talk about this whole Chris Brown drama. So now the people, Chris Brown be collaborating with singers and stuff. People be coming for anytime somebody, Chris Brown in the news, they got to do with music, performance, whatever. People come for Chris Brown. Chris Brown got booed when I think they were talking about it. I think it was at the American Music Awards, and Kelly Rowland had to get out there and defend him and get them people all the way together. They show him some grace and set the third. That's what they said. So on Thursday, Chloe Bailey, who performs under the mononym Chloe, announced the second single from her highly anticipated debut album, In Pieces. Now, the track, How Does It Feel, features none other than the controversial musician who's seen on the cover art holding Bailey in a tight embrace as they stare seductively in each other's eyes. Now, both the image and the song's title suggest that the collaboration, which ostensibly will come alongside a music video, will be pretty steamy, if not sexually charged. Unfortunately for Bailey, her fans and others on Twitter were less than psyched to see her cozy up with Brown. Now, someone by the name of Mr. Ernest Owens, he got a blue check, so he must be somebody important. That's no shade. I'm just saying because I don't necessarily know. The name is not familiar to me. But I will say this is what he said. Before y'all start, Chloe had options, plenty to choose from other than Chris Brown. Here we go. Luke James, Bryson Tiller, Lucky Day, Khalid, Giveon, Berwin, Sam Henshaw, Venna, Tay Iwar, Jack James, Reggie Becton, Brent Fayaz, PJ Morton, Leon Bridges. This was a choice. Well, half the people on this list, I don't even know who the hell they are. Maybe because I don't listen to R&B like that. And I listen to music, but a lot of times I'm even kind of one and the same. If you ask me. But anyway, so another person put, what is it? Ira Madison 3 wrote, the Chris Brown backlash Chloe is getting isn't even just about Rihanna. He literally mocked Kalani after her 2016 suicide attempt. The Neighborhood Publicist wrote, Chloe Bailey's management has no idea who her target audience is, and that's why they make such poor decisions and have her all over the place. The people who like her do not like Chris Brown. Well, you want to know something? I'm going to touch on that before I get to these other tweets. I do agree that Chloe Bailey's management do not know what to do with her. I also think the same about Normani. I don't think her team or her label know what to do with her. I think Normani wants to be a pop star, but they don't necessarily, like I said before, they only want to keep black people doing R&B and freaking hip hop. They don't want y'all trying to go out the box and doing all this pop stuff or, really competing with the white girls out here. Chloe always gives me like somebody who's trying too hard to prove herself as a solo artist. That's why I'm not, I can't really get into her the way I want to. And a lot of her singles really aren't hitting the way I'm expecting them to hit. Like none of them it's kind of like they're sticking her tracks at the wall and seeing what sticks. I just don't get her like that. And to me, I feel like the reason why they hooked up with Chris Brown because they know his name is controversial and it's going to cause a buzz. And it's going to get y'all talking, and it's working. But the question remains, is the song good? That's all I care about. Because just recently, earlier today, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours ago before the show started, now they talking about that he got a song with Cassie. I'm like, Cassie ain't put out a song in like 20-something years, and now she all of a sudden working with Chris Brown. They dragging her too. Dorian Renard's friend. Child, he broke my nerve in that recent episode of the Real Gays of We Hope. Yes, I'm still watching the show. Hold the tomatoes. And your darts. Yes, I'm still watching. I admit it. Anyway. But I do agree. They don't know what to necessarily do with Chloe as in regards to being an artist. They also said the Chris Brown industrial complex is working overtime because his music has been shit for years, on top of being an abuser with anger issues. And then women like Normani and Chloe are doing redemptive work for him, whether they meant to or not. Then another person wrote, Chloe Bailey's making a song with Chris Brown in 2023. It's like she's afraid of success. And it's like, here's the thing. I know a lot of people feel like why are people working with Chris Brown? What is it about Chris Brown that people, like? I don't know. But to me, here's what I feel about it. Y'all ain't got to work with Chris Brown. These girls are working with Chris Brown. You all have the power to decide whether or not you want to support the music or you don't want to support the music. There's a choice. In the words of Tatiana, choices. So don't support it. If they want to perform and do whatever, then they'll realize, if by y'all, your solid pro, they're not supporting the song, not streaming it, whatever. Do this without a curiosity, whatever. But if don't support or don't purchase the song. My issue with Chris Brown is the fact that he is someone who's out here saying all kinds of negative stuff and refuses to take accountability for his actions. Because as I do talk about that, Keely Williams, from 3LW, formerly of 3LW, sidebar. What is her name? Notori. I almost forgot the girl's name and it was on the tip of my tongue. Notori recently did an interview with The Breakfast Club because I know she's currently pregnant. And I know she recently made an appearance at New York Fashion Week because I think Adrienne Bailon was showing she got a clothing line or something like that, I believe. So them two is they've been cordial and friendly and kind of working through their stuff, and I think they've become really good friends. Keely over here, you know, throwing shade at Chris Brown. But the reason why I bring this up is because she said that she's in the process of going to be writing a book, and we're going to get the tea behind 3LW. Quiet as kept, I was not a 3LW fan. I didn't like majority of their songs. I did like the song No More, Baby, I'm going to Do It Right. I don't remember if that's the name of the song. I did like that song. I know you're getting tired of your broken promises, which I'm going to get to that tweet with Chris Brown in a second. But I may have to go over, speaking of which, because normally we would be done by 10 minutes, but this damn internet was interneting, and I got to get to these topics. So, remember that song and Players Gonna Play, where she was trying to file the law. They were trying to file the lawsuit. I don't know if it was necessarily 3LW or the writers. There was a lawsuit with Taylor Swift saying that she took their song and sampled it without their permission. They trying to get a coin. There's a whole situation with that. But I never was into 3LW like that. To me, they look like a poor man's Destiny's Child. But the drama behind the scenes was way more entertaining than the group. You know, throwing a two-piece in instead of Keely, throwing a two-piece at Notori, and Notori talking about all the crap she went through being a dark-skinned performer on the show. I mean, the thing, and her being a singer, and Adrian being a singer, but she was insecure about her singing, and we all know Keely wasn't the best singer, but they wanted to put her in the forefront with that overbite. So Miss Keely decided, you know, to assert herself into the conversation. Do I have it? I'm gonna just read a little bit of it. So it said, obviously you are at a point in your life where either you are very broke or broken. The fact that you think you have to speak. She said, let him come out with his own record, so genius, so captivating that it makes us all forget he beats women. He can't, so he won't. So what does he do? Saying that he can't, I guess, jumping on the whole thing. He can't put out his own music. So he wrote, I'm getting kind of tired of your broken promises. I was like, you bad late with the tweet, because we've been making fun of her list for years. So then he responded, was like, obviously you are at a point in your life where either you are very broke or broken. The fact that you think you have to speak negatively about me makes you look so lame. Your life and career must suck right now. Minding your business would have been the best, but I guess you don't have a business or a real job that makes you financially stable. I feel more embarrassed for you and your actual maturity. And then he went and put another Instagram post. If y'all still hate me for a mistake I made as a 17-year-old, please kiss my whole entire ass. I'm effing 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. You weird ass N-words are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Krishan beat the F out of each other in front of the world. But that's okay. It's entertainment. Y'all could suck SMD disrespectfully. Where are the cancel culture when these white artists that date underage women beat the F out of their wives, giving bitches the acquired immune deficiency syndrome? Just take each letter. If y'all don't know what that means in total, y'all should know it. It's one of the, you know, the extensiveness. That's the full-blown high five. If y'all know what that is, child, I feel for y'all. Oh, that's right. They are your buddies. No more fake love for me. Stay out of my way of getting ran over. Simple as that. None of you, and I mean none of you, N-words could F with me. And here's the thing. Chris, why you sit a bit? First of all, he dragged Blueface in the bit, and Blueface did get him together with his little video. I'm not even going to subject y'all to that, because first of all, the jewelry was too tight around his neck and was making all this damn noise, which was annoying. And then Blueface and Krishan, their voices are like someone has a scrub bud stuck in their throat. Like, it's just, I can't listen to either one of them. They're horrible. To me, he's talking about people are getting entertained. And the funny thing is, somebody actually posted a video about, or something, a tweet about Keely basically talking about that she want to be, and she entertained by the shenanigans of Krishan and Blueface. That's probably why he brought that up. I didn't know about the thing, because I don't follow her and I don't follow them. Because I don't follow Krishan and them. Now, I do have coworkers that are in their early 20s and 7th that do watch the Zeus Network, that do watch the Krishan and Blueface foolishness that's all over social media. I don't pay attention to it because I've been there, done that, wore the t-shirt. Meaning, I've seen this story play out years ago with other people. So, Krishan and Blueface are giving me nothing that I haven't already seen. Y'all just watching it in real time on social media. So I'm not impressed by the foolishness, and I refuse to give energy to it. So I really don't pay attention to that. But Chris, if you're going to be out here talking ish about other people, you need to take a responsibility for your own stuff. And you out here trying to, well, why don't y'all go about white people? Don't gaslight the black folk with the white media nonsense. Because quiet as it's kept, you don't even respect black women. You don't even like them showing up at the club, which some British chicks recently I just saw on social media, I think it was on the Neighborhood Talk, posted it. Black girls talking about they were trying to get into a party that Chris Brown was at. Couldn't get, I think they were on the list, couldn't get in because there weren't no black girls there. I've been hearing this story over the years, how he excludes black women from attending his parties or whatever. He's been disrespectful to many women. And we're not just talking about the Rihanna and Karrueche stuff. There was even a story that came out from a former coworker of mine who had to step away because she was having a lot of seizures and she was sick. So she couldn't really come to work and deal with what was going on, you know, with a regular job because she was having a lot of medical problems. But one of her friends who had seizures, apparently she had said something or another, and Chris Brown responded and sent like some negative little tweets or whatever about her. And the girl that I worked with showed me the tweets. So Chris is a dick. And just because y'all want to sit and continue to bring up the whole thing about Rihanna and this, that, and the third, that does not excuse the fact that post Rihanna, post Karrueche, we've seen the same behaviors from Chris Brown manifested in other ways. And yeah, he's 33 years old. That means you're a whole grown-ass man. Where's the maturity level? I still think he's a cokehead. But never, or he on something, because you got that Whitney Houston, Robbie Brown, when he was talking like that at one point, like he gives me that, like you gnawing on your body part, like your jaw or whatever. Like he's giving me that ain't health that you giving. You giving like you do hard drugs that you ain't all the way there. But I don't think he's dealt with a lot of allegedly. Yeah, thank you. Alleged. Because you ain't gonna get me like that, like Nicki Minaj got nosy hoe. Allegedly. So this shit is a whole mess with Chris Brown and all this other foolishness. And it's unfortunate that this is the BS that is going on or whatever. If people want to still work with him and make music or whatever, it's fine. Y'all could, like I say, y'all could protest with your wallets. Y'all could protest by not going to his shows. Y'all could protest by not buying his music. And quite as his music has been shit. Like, who's out here every year releasing 40 damn tracks on one album? I'm sure some of y'all still ain't get through that whole record. But whatever. I know some people said that in my timeline they wanted to see Chris Brown perform at the Super Bowl. It's not gonna happen though. Yes, I know Beyonce is responsible for Chloe and Halle, but just because Beyonce believes in them doesn't necessarily mean everybody else does, because the music ain't musicking. Now, Halle, on the other hand, they just released a new commercial for The Little Mermaid, and I know a lot of people is excited for that, and I know she's dating that other boy that apparently was cheating and doing a whole other mess. So I know she's going through her personal mess right now. And so there's a lot going on with it. But I am looking forward to seeing The Little Mermaid. I don't think I'll be going to the movies and seeing it, because quite as I've never really been into Disney with the live action musicals. I don't even like musicals all that much. When I was younger, I did, but now I'm kind of like, I just don't really it don't give me that thing. My thing is more or less action and horror and all that other stuff. So that's what I basically fall into. But anyway. So good luck to y'all. Y'all continue to do what y'all do, and if you like it, I love it. But me personally, I have not listened to a Chris Brown song in years. I don't particularly care for his music like that. And yeah, it is what it is. So now let's get into this tea about Zolciak, because earlier it was reported that the Bravo celebrity and her unemployed ex-NFL star husband, Biermann, are facing foreclosure on their Georgia mansion yet again after the reality star claimed in a video that she was not being evicted from her home. Now, shout out to People for this, because, apparently Kim wants to call everybody a damn liar, but if People is reporting it, bitch, it's true. They're a legit magazine, and article reporter. Now, according to a notice shared Wednesday by Fulton County Truist Bank, will auction off the property on March 7th in front of the Fulton County Courthouse after the couple defaulted on a $1.65 million loan they took out on the property in October of 2012. An attorney and rep for the couple did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. But I'll just wait for her to go to Instagram and deny like she did the last time. Now, when I reported the story before, she was out here on Instagram stories calling everybody haters, which I'm gonna do when I'm in my home for my birthday and Christmas. Well, yeah, you made Christmas of 2022. You ain't gonna make it 2023. You damn sure ain't gonna make your birthday in May. And this is not hating. This is, we have a job. If we're doing something where we're bloggers reporting on stuff, we don't make the news, we report it. So if your shit is up for foreclosure, we're gonna talk about it. I was watching the Real Housewives. I started rewatching the old seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, sidebar. And I've been watching a lot of, I don't know what got me into watching the old episodes. I started Facebook, when I be bored, I'll be on Facebook and scrolling, and I'll see they'll put up the old clips of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, like the reunions and the best of, certain shadiest moments and all that other stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is back when Real Housewives was good. It was juicy. It was a lot going on. And I remember the season when, season 5 or whatever, when she was smelling herself. She got Croy. She had the 2 kids with him at the time. She had her dream home. She was finding every excuse to not film and go on trips with the ladies and all this other stuff. It was just a whole situation. And she was just up in there just acting like she got everything. She benefited wholeheartedly, and she was just too good to film with these black women. But what irritated me is that she refused to film and do all this other stuff, but they disrespected the crew, and the fact that when she walked out that episode of Croy acted like he was going to be about some shit, and he was acting like he was her damn security and her damn chauffeur, and was going to fight production because they was filming, and she was trying to be all extra for the damn cameras. These heifers, of course, white privilege, gets rewarded with their own damn spinoff. But what about the other women? Oh, so if I would have walked away and did all that, y'all would have had me blacklisted and kicked off the show. But Kim gets a whole show for 8 seasons. I couldn't tell you one damn person I know who watched Don't Be Damn Tardy. I tried watching it one time. I was like, oh no, this show is stupid. But anyway, Realtor.com is estimating the 7-bedroom home is currently worth $2,540,300. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum previously denied rumors the home was in foreclosure with a video on her Instagram story captured by Bravo Housewives in November, and that's what I alluded to earlier. So yeah, she's saying that she's here until she effing wants to move, until I decide I don't want to live here anymore. So enjoy the view, haters. You're going to be seeing it for quite some time. Well, I don't think you are, because ma'am, they auctioning off the house in March. So you can sit up in here and deny and pretend and do all this other stuff. But now you got to figure out where you're going to live. And at the end of the day, you know what? I kind of feel, the only ones I feel sorry for is them kids. Because it's they've been so used to living a lavish life. And Kim and Croy have been playing up this whole thing of trying to live beyond their means. And this is not just a Kim and Croy situation. This is a reality TV scene. It's a thing. Where we see a lot of these reality TV stars be up in here, living beyond their means, trying to act like they got more money than they got. When they up in here overspending on things that you don't need to be spending on charter, $2,000 for the old lace front wig she be wearing. Yeah, okay, wig. You lost your mind. You think it's not gonna pay $2,000 for a wig? Just like old girl Erica Girardi, who I saw Ray Littre posted something about her and how the shady shit she did to Marco and that whole situation. If y'all get a chance, go over there and read that. I knew there was a reason why I don't like Erica Jane, but that was a real reason. I was like, she's supposed to be for the gay community. That bitch is an opportunist like the rest of them. But anyway, back to Kim. So it's great if you have your dream home and you're able to afford to live there. But if you can't afford to pay the bills, if you have to realize that you need to downsize, then downsize. Who are you doing this for? It's like a lot of y'all do oh Lord, not that picture. It was like, if y'all want to live beyond y'all means, this is what happens. You wind up broke, you wind up not having stuff, and you looking like you looking stupid out here. And now you got to figure out, okay, so now that you downsize, now you got to have people making fun of you. Who cares? The fact of the matter is, like I said, if I was ever in a situation like that, I'm, making good money, I'm satisfied with just having a little condo somewhere with a doorman. I don't want a house. That's too much upkeep. I can have my little nice house, my little nice condo, big and spacious, with a nice big view, and a doorman in the elevator, and my cute little furniture, and my little studio and all that other stuff. And then I have my little share, like in the summertime, I either have, okay, I got the idea. I'll have my little home on Fire Island. And also, like in the wintertime, like, when it get cold, I'll take my ass to California and I'll give me a spot in Palm Springs because it's cute or whatever out there. All the gays is out there. Not just the old gays. The young gays is moving out there too. I've been to Palm Springs, so I've seen it. A lot of young gays is moving to Palm Springs. So I have my little share out there because it's nice and warm. I ain't got to worry about the cold. And that's that. Like, I don't need a whole bunch of stuff. But a lot of times, y'all want to, it's the pomp and circumstances showing off. And then you realize, oh, well, we're broke. So now we got to figure out how we're going to make ends meet. And if you don't have the money, because the money ain't coming in, like she ain't working, Don't Be Tardy was canceled. So what's she going to do? Grovel and go back to Andy with her tail between her legs and beg to get on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because Sheree need an ally? Because who's trying to film with her boring ass? So, shout out to Kim. It's unfortunate that this is what you're having to deal with, but you know what? You put yourself in this predicament. Croy ain't working. You not working. I don't see you making appearances nowhere. I don't know if anybody's buying whatever the stuff you're selling on your website. People ain't got money like that. Times is hard. We're currently in an inflation and dealing with the aftermath of the bullshit from the last regime fucking up the economy. So there's a lot going on. People ain't got $2,000 to buy one of your little lace fronts. So good luck to you, and I don't know, you gonna move back into the townhouse that Big Papa got you? That's what I'm wondering. Do she still have access to that? So before we wrap up the show, I want to talk a little bit about this interview I saw earlier. So Todrick Hall appeared on Hope Giselle's talk show, which is called, hold on, because I'm like changing out my monitor and stuff. Okay, so Todrick Hall basically went on Hope Giselle's talk show, where he basically had a kiki with her at his LA home. Now, for those of you who don't know who Hope Giselle is, she is a trans author and activist. And they talked about a plethora of topics. They talked about his upbringing, the struggles of being an independent artist, if he pays his dancers, if he's ever had relationships with any of his dancers, or I should say relations with any of his dancers, the struggles of being a Black artist in mainstream white spaces, if he has an issue with dating Black men, if he's a top or a bottom, the controversy surrounding his Beauty and the Beat music video. Remember when they had all the racist tropes and stuff up in there, where people was like, oh no, like how you up in here promoting all this other stuff and putting that out there for the entertainment of white folks, because those are the ones who mostly, I guess, listen to his music. And they talked about a whole bunch of stuff. What I had really hoped, I love the fact that Hope came with the tea, that she asked him a lot of the hard-hitting questions that we all wanted to know as viewers. And I have to say that one of the things I loved about Hope is that she definitely humanized him. Now, I just hope after this that, Todrick continues on this winning streak of, doing interviews like Hope Giselle. And it's like, and look, if an opportunity ever came for me to be like, Todrick, you want to sit down and have an interview? I would definitely interview him. Like, I will not turn down an opportunity. to interview somebody. If we can have a real, authentic conversation that I could go in and like have an actual bunch of stuff. I don't know how long ago they filmed this interview, but what I would have really loved was for her to ask him about the controversy surrounding the Real Friends of WeHo and, you know, what was going through his mind when, you know, that he agreed to film the show, the backlash they received back when the trailer first aired. Because I remember around the time the trailer aired, I didn't even feel that. Well, I felt the negative energy on social media, but being at the actual event where I got to be, you know, working behind the scenes during the red carpet premiere of Drag Race, and then the cast of Real Friends of WeHo showed up and they did their photo op and all that other stuff, the solo and then the group photo op and all that stuff. That energy of, oh Lord, the whole drama was surrounding this show wasn't there. I didn't feel it. Jeffree Star is on my Instagram. I talked about that. I'm not even addressing that creature on this show. That is something that I already said looked like the creature from the end. Did y'all ever see the movie Wreck? And they had that creature up in the attic or in that apartment that was locked. And then the reporter and her cameraman went up there and there was this creature that was like patient zero. The titties was down to her knees. And she was like 20 pounds. The hair was receding. And all that mess, and then they went and the creature killed the cameraman and then dragged the reporter at the end. That is what I feel like. That is Jeffree Star without all that damn makeup on. Ugly. A despicable human being, similar to, what the hell's her name? Caitlyn Jenner. All skinfolk ain't kinfolk. There's a lot of people who's going to sell out our community and think that they could be a spokesperson because, oh, well, you can't say that, but I'm going to say it. Because it's either, no, bitch, we didn't ask you to speak for the behalf of the community. You are a problem. But anyway, so that whole thing, I gave my opinion where I read that bitch for points on my Instagram and my Facebook. If y'all want to check it out and respond. But back to this thing. So I feel like at the end of the day, this interview definitely humanized Todrick. I love that whole thing. But I would have really, I don't know, like I said, I didn't know how long ago that they filmed this, but I would really have loved for Hope to get that, the information regarding the Real Friends of WeHo, the controversy surrounding it, the thing he said about how, oh, well, they're not going to extend the show back to 90 minutes after our little show goes off. And MT is like, I guess we are, because the controversy, the fans wasn't having it. They want them long episodes back. Like this recent Lollapalooza, where they had the whole lip sync SmackDown, that shit went by so damn fast. They literally started the lip sync SmackDown 5 minutes into the show. Like it just, everything was happening so fast. I wanted more camaraderie with the girls getting ready and all that other stuff. It just felt too quick. So I'm glad that we're kind of getting a little more extensive time with the girl, but let them weed out the weak links, and then they can put more time and energy and effort into the stronger queens, and we can get, you know, a stronger show. But like I said before, I hope that they give us the uncut version when they put it back on the streaming services or whatever. So yeah, so what I want to do is I want to give you a little sneak peek, or not even sneak peek, a taste of the interview. The interview is up on YouTube also, but if you want a shortcut, you could definitely go to my website, chrisavalon.com. I did write the article on me watching the episode, and I actually posted the entire interview there. It's a 90-minute interview, so you can have it on in the background and just listen and all other stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you all a little taste of this, and we gotta wrap this show because I'm way over. But you know, because of this damn internet, I had to work my root canal nerve. Shit happens. Who's clip?
This whole experience, getting to know you, talking, has changed all of that, because now I can see you as a person. I've humanized you. You're not just this figure that's far away, but also I understand like the nuance. It's not always going to be this, like, you're not as hands-on as I thought you were. You're not as, you know, uppity and like, I don't like black people.
You thought I was uppity?
Oh, I thought you were uppity as fuck, bitch.
Bitch, what?
It was giving uppity. I mean, even before all of this, right? Y'all can't. If you've seen his house tour, y'all know what all of this means, right? But even before all of this, it was given like, I feel like you think that you are better than the rest of us because white people have stamped you and given you this approval, and that shit irks my fucking nerves.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I just want you to know that my life, I think that people think that I have frolicked through life and white people have been kind to me for forever, and I struggle with white people every day and with whiteness and with the way they treat us, the things they expect us to do. Every Broadway show that I've done, like the things that they expect you to be able to do, like that should come with you. Well, you're black, can't you riff? Can't you do this? Can't you tumble? You can't do a backflip? You know, like for the same amount of money as they're gonna pay them to do, you know, whatever. And I'm not exempt. Like when I'm black, like, and I go through shit like all the time, and every single day I have to fight just like every other black person has to fight to get to the point where I've gotten.
I was about to tell you to take that damn bottom part out because it was covering his face. But anyway, we back. It's over. It's done with. You seen it. It's there. But yeah, y'all. That's just a taste of the of what you can get from the interview. And I have to say, you know, I'm glad Hope brought that up, because those were trepidations I had about him too. Like I've always felt like Todrick's energy is very much like, oh yeah, well now I'm able to occupy a lot of I'm a black queen who's made it into, and I'm accepted in these white spaces, so therefore I'm gonna walk with my nose in the air. And there's a lot of black queens that I know that do that. So that's where a lot of that energy came from. And yeah, I realized that I could relate to a lot of the certain things that he was talking about, like growing up black and this, that, and the third, and how he was called the F word by the black community. And I can see why he has those trepidations and why he's been hurt because of the things that he's had to endure and deal with. Not saying that he thinks he's better than, because he basically explained that and all this other stuff. And so overall, it was a great interview. And yeah, I've been able to occupy those same spaces that he occupies. So I get what he's coming from in regards of when you're a person of color and you're in those areas where you're in that white mainstream gay circle where, you know, there's a lot of things to occupy that. So if y'all get a chance, definitely check out that video, check out that interview. It was good. It was a little long-winded in a lot of situations, but overall it's a solid, pretty good interview. So yeah, once again, I want to thank you all for watching today's episode. I see we got some changes and some production stuff up in here. I actually like that at the bottom because it's cute and it's to the point, and everything should always be in the lower part, so that way everything works out with the screen. But anyway, love you all for watching. See you next week. There's a lot that's going to be going on that I will be telling you all about. So until next time, love you all. Ciao, darlings.